Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
All righty, kids. We're going to start that way, are we? Really?
I always say it, but I never have my mic on, and all I can hear is every time that comes on, like all of us, all of the Petermans in unison saying it all at the same time every time I hear that.
Well, that comes from our good friend Trent Ferguson, who is a legally blind sportscaster and reporter. Yeah, which I would think many people would consider us legally blind when it comes to a lot of topics. Yes, I would agree. Absolutely. But Trent, who what a great young man, just called me the other day, and I've been, in some ways mentoring him for many, many years. And he called me the other day and said, "Hey, I just wanted to call you and let you know that I just got offered my first solo sports show down in Sebring." And I'm like, "Dude, that is fantastic!"
Wow.
Yeah. So Trent's going to have his own afternoon drive show down in Sebring. And that's awesome. I mean, he is an inspiration to so many, and just a great young man. And so we'll have him on soon to promote his program going on down there in Sebring. So congrats to him, and that's his voice.
We need to have him recreate that.
Yeah. We used to have another open where the great Ira Kaufman he came on the show when he used to come on my show. He doesn't like me anymore, so he doesn't come on. No, he likes me. He just, for some reason.
Get in line, Ira.
He won't come on the show. We talk all the time. We have a great time over it. And we play tennis together and all that stuff, but he won't come on my show. I don't know why, but he won't. He's got a lot.
You're too big time.
He's got a lot going on. But Ira was part of our open for a long, long time. I want to bring that back. I wonder if I'll have to get his permission, because he did appear on the show, and it's a bit from the show. So I'll have to ask him. But anyway,
give me all this stuff so I can put together a new open for you.
Yeah, we need a new open. Got to do it. As I just, no, I'm sorry, Trent, you're fired. We need a new open after all that. Welcome to Gasparilla Thursday. That's right. And we have a hockey game tonight, and Brian Bradley will be joining us live from Benchmark International Arena. And we'll talk a little Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are in town. Winnie and the Jets are in town, and we will be talking a little hockey with him. We'll be talking about the outdoor game. I'm looking at a picture right now of that beautiful tent sitting right there in the middle of Raymond James Pirates Cove. And, looks great. And what a weekend we got coming up here, Timmy. I'm surprised that you've never been here for a Gasparilla, because this is an event with your name on it. Total drunkenness and debauchery for 3 days, 4 days. And now with the outdoor game being here, part of it is, and of course they have leaned into the pirate theme tremendously with the big Pirates Cove that's going to surround the rink. It's really cool, and they're bringing in ships and they're bringing in floats and the whole thing. And of course, we already have our pirate ship there that's in there, so we're leaning into that. Tonight for the game, I'm going full pirate costume. So my buddies from Me Mystic Crew have got me all hooked up with the vest and the hats and all this stuff. Might even do a little pirate makeup. We'll see. And then we're going to tape something after the game tonight that will air before the game at the stadium. So that'll be cool. We'll be part of the Stadium Series event. And I have no idea what we're going to do. John Franzone is cooking up the script as we speak. It'll be a Lightning Hockey Night Live like we usually do it, but yes.
Is it going to look something like that?
Pirate regalia. No, I won't be wearing the stash. I'll just have the beard.
Well, we were going to do a JP Burgundy pirate, though.
That's a hell of a look, though, right there. That is one drunken pirate right there.
It was awesome.
I'm
gonna, for those of you listening on the app, that aren't watching, I'm gonna tweet this out. So everybody head over to @IndyCarTim, and I'll tag JP in it.
Do you really?
It's an amazing look. I do. The Petermans want it, JP.
They're gonna shut down AI just because of the way you're using it. You are gonna be the culprit.
I'm the only one using it correctly. I feel like
I would. You know what? I would agree with that. I would agree with that wholeheartedly.
It's non-threatening. I mean, come on.
So we are getting closer, Timmy, to actual effing snow here on Saturday night. Now, the local weathercasters, meteorologists, are now predicting there's a 20% chance of snow Saturday night about 1 a.m., leading into actually would be Sunday morning of the outdoor hockey game. You cannot make this up. For the first time since 1977, we may get snow flurries, and it happens to come on the day that we have planned for an outdoor hockey game that they said could never be done in Tampa Bay. The great Rob Higgins and his team went out. It was, Jeffrey Vinnick, Jon Cooper, everybody that has been stumping for this for so long. And the dream is realized, and it's going to be freezing. Oh, everybody out there in the stadium is going to be just like you're in Chicago. Temperatures will be into the 30s and 40s for the game. Absolutely perfect. And this $1 million tent structure that they built, they didn't even need.
Hey, it's better to have it not need it than not have it need it.
Right, exactly. So what a weekend it's going to be. And it starts tonight with our Gasparilla themed hockey game for Lightning Hockey Night Live, and our game production with Greg Wolf and all of our team members there. So we're looking forward to that. And a hockey game tonight against Winnipeg, which not a great team. They're 7th in the Central right now, but they've been playing better as of late, coming off a win. I think they're 6-3-1 in their last 10. So they're starting to play a little bit better. Obviously they, one of the best goalies in the game. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun game tonight. And I don't know if I typically will start with the pirate accent as we go into the bit, and then we start talking normal because it gets a little much.
It does.
But if I'm in costume, I may have to just stay in character the entire time. I'll take direction from my boss, John.
Well, you know what? What's his name? Johnny Depp did his entire run of Captain Jack Sparrow. You know what he based that character on, right?
You told me this once before. Who was it?
What's his name? From the Rolling Stones.
Keith Richards?
Keith Richards.
Yeah.
All he was doing was a Keith Richards impersonation. The entire time he was Captain Jack Sparrow. And now when you watch it, knowing that, it's spot on. It's perfect.
But and he's probably the most famous pirate. Yeah. Jack Sparrow. No, just because of the pop culture part of it. And he doesn't speak he doesn't speak like this. All the other characters do, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. So
I think it's great.
Yeah. It's different. It was definitely an interesting choice for him as an actor. And
I think it probably resurrected his career though.
It worked.
I feel like he was going nowhere. And by the way, you're talking about snow happening in Tampa, JP. I am on day 4 now here in Dallas, in Frisco, of no school, because the roads, even though it's been sunny and in the 30s during the day, it still dips down to the 20s at night. We're still iced. I'm still iced over. My backyard is still iced. The roads are still ice. School was canceled again today.
You can't go anywhere?
Can't get out. I still can't get out of my neighborhood because it's ice.
And that's the story all across the South. Like it's everybody's just stuck inside.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm going nuts. I need to find a bar. I'm going nuts.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to some of the topics of the day, the topics du jour, if you will. By the way, Charlie Strong is going to join us at 11 o'clock. Obviously, the Bucs played the Seahawks and the Patriots as their defensive line coach. Obviously, he prepped for both of these teams, so he knows them well. So we'll kind of get his inside scoop on the two Super Bowl teams. And also, we're going to talk a little college football. There's a lot of tampering going on right now, or is it really tampering? I don't know. Is it tampering? Is it not tampering? What are the rules? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. So we'll talk to Charlie, who obviously has been a head coach at Texas and USF and Louisville. Obviously not during the NIL times, but he was with Miami a couple of years ago. So he's certainly no stranger to all these new rules or new non-rules, whatever you want to say. So we'll get that from a coach's perspective as well. But I want to start with the Buccaneers, of course. We had the Zach Robinson press conference this week, and I thought he was very impressive. It's a wait and see for me. I think he's a really, really good fit. He's as close to Liam Cohen as you could get. They're best buddies. They tutored in the same places under McVay. Their career arcs are very similar. So if you like Liam Cohen, and who didn't, with 30 points per game, then you should like Zach Robinson. And I think that's the best analysis you can get. And you can go back to Atlanta, which I have done, and talk to a lot of people in Atlanta. You'll hear a lot of not so flattering things. But you'll also and again, I keep referring to the interview we had with Dave Archer last week, who was the Falcons radio guy. You can find that at FanStream Sports, Tampa Bay on YouTube. And he talked about kind of the pluses and minuses. He liked Zach, but he also acknowledged he was working with some real challenges last year and two totally different quarterbacks and how to handle that. And I think I can't imagine trying to coordinate an offense with a left-handed neophyte quarterback who really is not up to speed as to the NFL, the speed of the game in terms of comprehending what's going on, handling all of it mentally. I mean, that's something that Michael Penix really struggled with.
Yeah.
And then you have a Kirk Cousins who's a right-hander and slow and can't get to the mesh point. So now you got to use the pistol for that. So not to make excuses for Zach, but these are reasons why things weren't as smooth. And listen, they had a lot of success moving the ball. They just red zone and third down were issues. So different cast, the characters, different quarterback, one that kind of, if you think about Baker, he's kind of a meld between those two guys. He has the mobility, loves to throw on the run, is very, very good at it, very accurate. Getting him out on the bootlegs and out of the pocket is going to be great. So I think it's a great marriage there. And Zach, obviously acknowledging the great offensive line that they have here. When you can marry the run game and the pass game, that's when it all comes alive. That's what Liam Cohen did the best. And I think it all sets up very well for this offense. I'm excited.
And when you look at Zach Robinson, look a little bit at his history. We know he came from the Rams, been with the Rams since 2019 before he went to Atlanta. He's only been an offensive coordinator for 2 years, right, in Atlanta. After all that time, after 4 or 5 years in LA, and that's the only time he's called plays was the last 2 years, and he was not set up for success because of the reasons you outlined at quarterback. But look what he was able to do with the run game. So I feel like he gets it. Like I feel like he has a good understanding of what it takes for an offense to be successful and to adjust. He was just dealt a terrible hand at quarterback in his time there, thanks to
Terry Fontenot.
Terry Fontenot, the team. It wasn't his fault. But now he's coming into a different situation. I feel like he probably has a little more latitude with the offense under Bowles than he probably did under Raheem. Yeah, and I feel like it's a better situation. And you know what? We crapped on Grizzard last year because of the situation he was in, and a lot of that wasn't his fault. And so it's just a different situation coming in for Robinson, and I like the fit, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too, and it's again with what was out there, and frankly, I think it's a better fit than Mike McDaniel. And
maybe so.
And Todd Monken, who, by the way, congratulations getting the Cleveland Browns job. Nobody wanted, but I have a feeling that Todd's going to do. They're not going to the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, but I think he'll do a decent job there. I really do. He's a smart guy. He's been around. He was a great, he did great things at Southern Miss. Took over that program that was about to go. That was 0-11 and took him to a bowl game in 2 years. So he's a good man, and I wish him the best. And we'll play the Cleveland Browns this year. So,
by the way, a little Cleveland Browns tidbit for you. Jim Schwartz, their defensive coordinator, was thought to be the number one candidate for that job. And I think was told inside the building the job was his. And at the last minute, they pivoted and hired Monken. And when they informed, and Schwartz is still under contract for another year. Right. And Monken, early on, obviously, why would you not want Jim Schwartz as your defensive coordinator? Schwartz went and collected his stuff, said his goodbyes to his friends in the building, and left. So now, Cleveland, you have lost your number one defense coordinator out the building while you usher in the Todd Monken era, probably because of the way all that was handled internally. So the Cleveland Browns are going to Cleveland Brown.
What a disaster. What a disaster they are.
He probably was coming into this thinking, oh, man, I got Jim Schwartz.
I got a number one defense. I'm good to go. And I just get an average offense, and we can, probably win the division the way that thing's looking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so this brings us to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have a very unpopular head coach in terms of their fan base. Great dude, love him, super human being. We all love Todd, but obviously his performance and the team's performance and the epic collapse of 2025 will go down in history as one of the biggest collapses of all time. And he's got to wear that as the head coach, obviously. So you got a very unpopular head coach in terms of the fan base. And now you are kicking the tires on a lot of head coaches that were fired. John Harbaugh, the Bucs kicked the tires. Are we happy with Bowles or are we not? I don't know. What are we doing? Okay. Sean McDermott. It was revealed yesterday that Sean McDermott, the Bills head coach, very successful Bills head coach, 5 division titles, 98 and 50, I believe, as a head coach, fired unceremoniously. Maybe a coup in the making as the offensive coordinator internally is elevated to head coach and Joe Brady. Interesting. So now it's revealed that the Bucs showed interest in Sean McDermott. So this is from our friends at Joe Bucs Fan. Said yesterday it was learned that the Bucs reached out to McDermott to gauge his interest in joining the Bucs staff in an unspecified role. What other role is Sean McDermott going to do here? So you're going to have a head coach who is the defensive coordinator, and you're going to bring in a former head coach who is way more successful than your head coach to be the defensive coordinator instead of Todd Bowles. So he's going to call the defense. And first of all, he's going to agree to that. So, I mean, even though this is being presented as, I don't even know what none of that makes sense to me. As Joe Bucs Fan writes, they say Joe has to believe Bucs coach Todd Bowles was on board with this. Really? Joe's pretty sure Bowles, as most head coaches do, has the final say on his coaches. And it just seems wild to think the Bucs AC/DC loving general manager Jason Light might be trying something like this behind Bowles' back. And I don't think Jason Light would. That would be the height of meddling, yes. Previously, it was learned Bowles was coming back for the 26th season. He let Greg Auman of Fox Sports know that he would retain play calling duties on defense. Did something change in the past week or two? Or did the Bucs just want to bring McDermott in as a consultant or analyst where he sits with the general manager on game days, drinks free Coke Zeros, and then tells Bowles and Light what's wrong with the team? If the Bucs were interested in bringing McDermott, what would they not be interested in lassoing a top-shelf defensive mind like Jim Schwartz if McDermott wants to take a year off? Again, none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. So if the Bucs reached out to Sean McDermott, it was to be the head coach. Right?
See, I don't necessarily agree with that. Just because that is not the way they have operated this offseason. We know they reached out to John Harbaugh very early in the process because he was let
to
go.
Be the special teams coach?
But it's never been confirmed what they probably reached out to him for the head coaching job.
Of course they did.
To garner interest.
Of course they did.
But this far along in the process, I feel like they're kind of committed to Todd Bowles.
Are they?
You're
That's
already.
my point.
Why are you going to go hire an offensive coordinator?
Why are you
going
to
go hire your head coach? That doesn't make sense.
Sean McDermott in an unspecified role. What are we even talking about?
He can come on as a defensive consultant. It's not a full-time coaching gig. He said he wants to take a year off. You know what? Take a year off, but also be involved with the franchise while keeping your defensive skills still sharp. You don't have to be a coordinator. You can be a consultant for us.
I ain't buying it.
I just don't think it makes sense to go hire your offensive coordinator and now make a coaching change. Because now Zach Robinson's probably going to be out of a job. Because now you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're saying, hey, head coach, come coach our team, but you got to take our offensive coordinator at the same time.
Let me just say this. I agree with you there. But I also think that they reached out to Sean McDermott before they hired Zach Robinson.
How did that timeline work out?
I do.
Was he already fired?
Sean? Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. I mean, it's possible. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying the whole thing's weird. Everything happening in Tampa Bay right now is weird.
And that's my point. That's my point. What I'm saying to you right now is there's dysfunction. I believe there is, I don't want to say infighting, but I'll just say dysfunction. I believe there is dysfunction. I don't believe everybody is on the same page at all. Again, let's review, shall we? Let's review. No statement from the Glazers, which is, by the way, not out of the ordinary, because normally when you go to the playoffs, you don't need to make a statement. When your team collapses in the second half, losing 7 of 8 and missing the playoffs, and everybody's talking about a coaching change, your entire fan base is in an uproar, to me, that demands a statement. To me, that demands the owners coming out and doing a press conference or the general manager.
By the way, you were correct. McDermott was fired on January 19th. Robinson was hired on January 22nd. So that timeline matches up.
So maybe they reached out to Sean and about the head coaching job, and he said, thanks, but I think I'm going to take a year off. And then they went ahead and hired. So I think when you're kicking the tires, you ain't kicking the tires on some unspecified role. You wanted to know if he wanted to be your head coach. There's somebody in this organization that is reaching out to highly qualified, very successful head coaches in John Harbaugh and now Sean McDermott to gauge their interest.
And now it begs the question, why are all these guys saying no?
Thank you. Thank you. Now listen.
Cleveland South?
That doesn't, let's not go there. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is a bad place.
No.
I mean, can you see Sean McDermott being kind of blindsided and just going, you know what? I'm going to take a year off. Of course. Mike Tomlin, he's done. He may never coach again. And then Harbaugh, they kicked the tires on it, right? So I can see that, and there's his choice of different places to go, right? And he chose the Giants. He could have gone wherever he wanted.
Right.
And maybe there was something about this job that they didn't like. Maybe the pay wasn't good enough. Well, what are the Bucs
for a guy
offered?
like John Harbaugh, right? Like
Todd Bowles has been the lowest paid head coach forever. And we don't know exactly what he makes now, but I think it's around $6 million, $6 to $8 million, somewhere in there, which is, again, one of the lowest paid coaches. So, maybe it is about money, which I'm coming to learn more and more may be the case. Maybe it is. And if that's the case, shame on the Bucs and shame on the Glazers. Because there's way too much money going around to not be able to fire a coach who's not performing. And then the question would be, if you're not willing to buy him out, why the hell did you give him an extension in this situation where clearly he is not overperforming or even performing up to what your standards are? If you would like to sit here and tell me your standards are 500, well, I don't think they are. I think I know the Glazers better than that. But again, I watch what your actions are, and clearly it's okay with the Glazers to be at 500 because that's where they are, that's where they've been, and that's kind of what's moving forward. So I think this whole Sean McDermott thing should raise more eyebrows. I mean, to me, you cannot sit here and look at this from the outside and go, everything's honky-dory at One Buc Place. Everybody's on the same page. If you were Todd Bowles and here's another report of a head coach that we kicked the tires on for some unspecified role, I could be completely wrong, but is Todd Bowles really reaching out to Sean McDermott to come in here as a consultant? I don't see that. Do you? No, this had to be an owner.
It would be a stretch.
It's almost an insult. Like, yeah, you want to come work underneath me? Wait a minute, bro.
Which
won 5 division titles. No, I'm good.
Which leads us to an entirely different potential disaster here. If that's real, and look, it's now January 29th, and we still have yet to hear from the Glazers or Jason Light on the dreaded vote of confidence for Todd Bowles, right? We still don't. All we know is that Todd Bowles told, who was it, that he still had a job. Rick Stroud. I wanted to say Greg Allman. I knew it wasn't him. We're told Rick Stroud that he's going to be here in 2026, and that's all we have. And apparently the team's letting him hire an offensive coordinator. So if you're Todd Bowles, you know your coaching situation, what thin ice you're on right now. Now you've got guys coming in to presumably interview for your job and turn it down. At least that's the appearance outwardly, right? And we dealt with that here in Dallas 2 years ago with that so-called lame duck head coach, and it does not bode for a successful season. It does not work. Nope. Because if the head coach knows he's a lame duck, all the assistant coaches under him know that they're a lame duck. And everybody's coaching for their job, and they're walking, on thin ice, and they're always looking over their shoulder. And it is not a culture building. It's a culture building nightmare is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This does not bode well for 2026 for the Bucs, man.
That's exactly my point.
And when you're trying to get Mike Evans to come back, when you might want to extend Baker Mayfield, is he going to hang around for this? You're trying to get outside free agents to come in. Do they want to come be a part of this? Why would they?
Yeah, it's a stretch. So I'm just raising the questions. And there's a lot of outward dysfunction. And it seems to me like somebody in that organization is trying to find a new head coach. And I don't blame them, right? Frankly. I mean, if you were Todd Bowles and you hear all these things, I mean, I think it would be a little off-putting. I mean, yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think? I'd like to get your take on this as well. To me, it's not setting up as we're all running in the same direction. Troy 6822 says, let me be GM. Fire Todd Bowles, hire Jim Schwartz, trade for Myles Garrett. If we could just do it, if we could just wave a magic wand, right?
Money was no object.
By the way, hiring Schwartz as the defensive coordinator, not the head coach, right? We're not going there, right? Hold on. Mr. King says, if you think it isn't about money, you're ignorant. Well, it's always about money, as we know, Mr. King. But to what point? Yeah. To what point is the question, right? Is it to this point that it's about money? If $12 million in a buyout is keeping you from firing a head coach who is clearly underperforming, then you shouldn't be an NFL owner.
You get what you pay for, JP.
I mean,
do you want Andy Reid? You're gonna have to pay him $20 million like he's making. Do you want Jim Harbaugh? You're gonna have to pay him $16 like he's making.
Yeah, and
Harbaugh's making $17. I mean,
and you are what your actions show you are.
Yeah,
not what you say. So, yeah, I mean, and the Glazers have not acted that way. They haven't. When Tom Brady was here, it was an open checkbook for staff, free agents, bonuses, whatever you wanted. And, obviously he's gone, but Baker Mayfield, they love Baker Mayfield, and they understand they're in a window with Baker as well. So their actions to this point have not demonstrated that they are cheap. It's been actually quite the opposite. Now, could this be the first kind of wrinkle in that? We don't know. Joel Fordland says, I'm convinced Todd is still head coach because of Baker. I don't get that.
Why do you think that, Joel? I'd love to know what your thoughts are.
Because Baker wants to work with a substandard defense and a head coach that is extremely conservative and won't go for it.
Baker's not interested in that.
I don't think that's on his DNA. Do you?
No.
I'm sure he likes Todd. And I'm sure, listen, if players are complaining that practices aren't hard enough, and Baker's not going to say that out loud, but others did. But knowing Baker like he is and as competitive as he is, do you think he shares that same opinion? Hell yes. Hell yes.
Baker's seen enough turnover in his coaching turnover in his career to know that this is the business.
Yeah.
He's not going to feel sorry for anybody.
Yeah. Aviation says the Glazers are the 9th richest ownership group. Just hard to think they couldn't eat $12 million. Chump change. Exactly. Now, obviously, being able to and having the stomach to are two different things. So, yeah. I know some of the richest people in the world that I know, some of my richest friends, are the cheapest son of a bitches I've ever met in my life.
The reason they have a lot of money because they don't like to let go of it.
I told you this story. When we're out on the golf course, and I play with a lot of big money fellas, and I love them to death. This is why they have big money.
Well, it takes one to know one, JP.
We'll all do our, Spotify lists, right? And they'll play their Spotify, and they'll be playing their list, and here come the ads.
Oh, yeah, they don't want to pay for that.
And I'm like, am I the only one? Am I the only idiot that pays $14 a month to not have ads on my Spotify because I hate the ads so much and they come on every 3 songs?
I don't mind commercials.
What?
My kids make fun of me all the time. Dad, why won't you get Hulu with no commercials? It's an extra like $8. I'm like, I don't really mind the commercial. I'm used to listening to terrestrial radio. We have them every 8 minutes.
I can't stand, especially TV commercials. Oh my God, do not get me started. It is more than worth.
JP, we work in a business that relies on commercials.
I doesn't mean I have to like them in my spare time. I know you guys don't like the spots, but it's a necessary evil, And we try to make them interesting and fun, especially the live reads, so you'll listen to them. But it is what it is. It's part of the business. I get it, but if I have an opportunity to.
Yeah, I'm not paying extra for that crap with no. I don't pay for it on my Spotify. I don't pay it on any of my streaming services. Because I don't care. I can tune out for 3 minutes. It's not a big deal.
Oh, I can't stand it.
That's an extra 2 beers when I go to the bar every month.
Like let's just, I could go on, for instance, of commercials on TV that, and by the way, have you noticed how many more commercials there are on TV now? It used to be 2-minute breaks. Not anymore. Ugh, brutal.
Chuck Woolery used to tell us we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
We'll be back in 6. Yeah.
Radio's gotten the worst for sure. But
oh God, yeah, for sure.
And look, I still listen to terrestrial radio. I don't get in my car and turn on a playlist and go. If I'm going far away, I'll turn on a podcast or something. I'll turn on the JP Peterson Show on Monday that I wasn't on and say, damn it, I would have made that show so much better. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm better than you. No, I'm kidding. I don't ever do that. But, dude, I turn on the radio and I wait for commercials,
Nick, he sends
me
texts all the time. He does. I'm just so you know. I'm kidding.
Don't start that crap. We don't need infighting on this show.
Like we have over at One Buc Place.
Yeah.
I keep seeing these stories about hosts that are being the FSS brass are calling in Tampa to take my place. What the hell's going on around here? Get out of here. All right. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Brian Bradley's going to join us from Benchmark International Arena, where the downtown city of Tampa has been taken over by pirates. Breaking news.
Good day, mate.
Quick break. We are brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. By the way, every car that is sold or leased this month, the great folks at Genesis of Tampa are making a donation to USF Women's Soccer. That's right, USF Women's Soccer. They are supporting women's sports at USF Athletics, one of the many great things they do in this community, the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. So go get a great deal over there and support local women's soccer at USF. And also you can sign up to get that free gas for a year card worth up to $2,500. So just take a test drive or get your car appraised over there, and they'll 10x your entries into that sweepstakes. So much always fun going on over Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, they are the best cars on the road, the best in terms of technology, luxury, and value. The value is through the freaking sunroof. Go check it out, genesisoftampa.com. 801 East Bears, just off of 275 there up in North Tampa. Quick break, back in 3 with Brian Bradley. Charlie Strong going to join us as well. Orestes Estrada in the final 15 minutes. Big show coming your way. Stay with us. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Timm Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond, from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Alberton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's some love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Let's go.
Right now.
Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we roll on this Gasparilla Thursday. Snow is on the way. How the hell do pirates work in snow? Weird. We're brought to you by the great folks at Riveters, and if you're heading down to South Tampa, why not pregame at Riveters? It's always a great place to hang out. They'll be open early on Gasparilla Saturday and all weekend. Of course, if you're going to the hockey game, at the old big stadium there at Raymond James, or for the Bruins and the Lightning, go to Riveters and enjoy a little pregame there. Have a Molson or two. How about that? I think they'll have some on tap there for you, all you Canadians. I wonder how many Boston fans are coming down for this. Hey, welcome to Florida, sunny Florida. It's snowing.
Are there just Boston fans that live there?
How would you like to walk out of you're paying $1,000 a night to stay at your fancy schmancy beach hotel in Clearwater Beach, and you walk out on Saturday night and go, "Hey kids, it's snowing at the beach."
That's what you get.
I cannot wait to see that. But anyway, by the way, if you're going to pregame, Riveters is the place to go. Right there, just less than a mile south of Raymond James Stadium, or should we say Headman's Cove?
Headman's Cove. What about JP's Cove?
Yeah. There were some of those funny names that they had on there.
Yeah, I saw those.
It's Phoenix Voyage. Sure. All right, let's get the comments as we await Brian Bradley. He's got one of them sponsor things to do today. Good morning, boys. Alejandro Noriega says, let's go Lightning with the Gasparilla game tonight and can't wait. Hey, JP, with the Lightning have done trades bringing back players, what are the chances Stammer comes back home? That's a good question. And boy,
playing pretty good hockey right now, too.
Whew, is he ever? Where did that come from? Was he injured? What the hell was going on there that he was so bad? Was he just depressed, sulking, and then just decided to go kick ass? Whatever it is, I'll take some of it. Thank you. I need to know what your secret is, Stammer.
Mm-hmm.
But he's playing great. The contract obviously just does not fit. If Nashville wanted to eat a whole bunch of it, then yeah, we'd love to have him back. I would think, especially playing the way he's playing now. Danny boy, good morning to you, man. He says Tampa Councilman Charlie Miranda said yesterday that the Rays ownership should foot the entire bill for the state. If they have the money to buy it, they should have the money to build their house. Miranda said that to Spectrum Bay News 9 last night. Miranda added, I support any study, but it's got to be verified. I want it statistically from a non-committed organization, not committed to them, not committed to us. An unbiased study that's done so everybody understands where you're at, including the land that they're going to have, that they pay no tax. Miranda concludes, how would we, the city, benefit from that if they weren't here? It's got to be a two-way study, not just be one way. Dahlia Dangerfield was a reporter from Bay News 9. Okay, so listen, as we've said before, there are going to be certain city councilmen, and there are going to, and we love Charlie Miranda. He's been here a long, long time. He's very old, very set in his ways, and I get it. And when you've been a politician all your life and you want to represent the common man and the common people, you set yourself up to, resist things like this for, the quote billionaires. This is politics. Okay. Not disparaging Mr. Miranda anyway. He's a wonderful man. I've met him many times. He's been doing this forever. He's done incredible things in the city and for so many people. So I love me some Charlie Miranda, but I would respectfully disagree with his take on this. And I understand where he's coming from. Totally understand where he's coming from. And if it's not, and by the way, Charlie, I'm with you. If it's not a benefit to the city, then no, we shouldn't do it. Absolutely. I'm not sitting here saying we need to be writing checks to billionaires. Hell no. That would be incredibly inconsistent of me. As I accuse other reporters, Mr. Romano, of being inconsistent in their views and biased, I don't want to be in mine. So if this deal turns out to be a boondoggle like the St. Pete deal was for Stu, then we're not interested. 100%. I will not, as much as I love this group, I'm not going to sit here and pump up some deal that is horrible for the taxpayers and is not going to work out. Hell to the no. So again, everybody's losing their mind over the price tag. And everybody knows everything. I'm talking with people on Facebook, and they're like, oh, $2.3 billion. What are they building with that thing? This is never going to work. Go to Orlando. What is it? I'm like, you haven't seen the deal yet. We don't even know if $2.3 billion is the actual number. So, we don't know what portion they're going to pay. We don't know how much money is going to come back in terms of property tax. And Charlie's right, for the part of the development where the stadium sits, they probably will not pay property tax on that. But everything else they build, all those other condos, and they're paying property tax Those people are paying. There's going to be tax. So, Charlie, let's not start throwing out things like that. That the people who are not as engaged in this don't understand. Okay, we do this all the time. We try to throw out things that may technically be true in some way, but paint the picture in a broad way that is not correct. So let's not act like there's not going to be any revenue from this. All right. So anyway, let's table this discussion while we turn our attention to the Gasparilla Thursday game at Benchmark International Arena. The Pirates will be invading tonight, and that's where we find Captain Brian Bradley, who will be steering this ship for the next 20 minutes. What's up, me Hardy? How are you?
What's up, JP? Look at you got the pirate voice going on right now. I love it.
Hey, what's on the show that shot again? There's what do we got on the Jumbotron? What is it? Is that we already got the pirate theme going?
Yeah,
the anchor partner. Right yeah, we got our there we go. That's our graphics.
Yeah, we just did a thing today with Benchmark International, Brand, Hard Rock, Mosaic, Tico, and stuff like that. Little partner event here at Emily or at Benchmark International.
Yeah, all are fine.
It's a slip. It was a slip. It's a slip right there. It's a pirate slip.
It was you've been drinking too much rum already this morning, Bradley.
Yeah.
I can tell. Yeah.
We got the boys on the ice right now. I'm on the second level because I was doing my thing earlier. So with the sponsors we're all right over there. Have a little morning skate.
It's my man Tyrus O'Neill over there from Benchmark. Tall Tyrus. Is he over there?
Yeah.
Did you see him this morning? Yeah. Tell him I said hello.
There's a few of them over there right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's we got a game tonight. The Pirates will be in the house, and the Winnipeg Jets will be there as well, who are getting a little bit better. I think they're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Started slow. Great year last year. What's going on with the Jets?
You know what, JP? It's actually kind of surprising what's going on with the Jets right now because when you look at their team, last year they were the best team in the NHL. They won the President's Trophy for the best record overall. And this year, right now, they're 24. I think they're 21 wins and 24 losses. Yeah. I mean, I think they're 9 points out of the playoffs right now with 35 games left. So they are in deep trouble. So maybe they're 6-3 in their last 10, but they need to go on a tear right now. They need to go 25-10 or something the last 35 games, or they're not making the playoffs. And you know what? They have a great team. Hellebuck is going to the Olympics for the U.S. team. He's been a really good goalie for them. They got Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele. They've got a lot of big, talented guys on that team. So for me, something's not happening. I don't know what it is. I know Hellebuck's the goalie's missed 20 or 30 games with a knee injury. That definitely hurts. They've had some problems in net, but I'm expecting a really good game tonight because these guys can play. I mean, these guys, to me, I'd be shocked if they don't make the playoffs. I mean, from going from the President's Trophy, the best team in the NHL, to not making the playoffs, that's a major disappointment for your
Brian.
franchise.
They are 30 points behind Colorado for the division lead right now.
And how many points are they out of the playoffs? They're 8 or 9, right?
Yeah, eight or 9 as I'm looking at it. They're also a -8 in goal differential on the season. So that tells you they're having some issues. And most of that's on the road. They've got some road woes for sure this year.
Yeah. Oh, they'll be ready to go tonight. That's for sure. They've got a veteran team. They lost to I think Dallas. No, who did they lose last year? They beat St. Louis, and I think they lost to Dallas in the next round.
They lost to my Stars. Yeah,
the Stars. Yeah. So they've got a good team. You know what I mean? Don't kid yourself. This is not going to be an easy game. I think these guys are better than Utah. I thought Utah came in here and played really well. I mean, we want to talk about Monday's game. I thought Monday we played okay. But, at the end of the day, Vasilevsky and that was sensational. I mean, you know what? If you got to give first, second, and third stars away, Vazzy was first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 10th star. I mean, there's a time in the game on Monday where, Utah should have been up 3 or 4-1, and Vazzy was just unbelievable in that. I actually probably think he was one of his best games I've seen him play in the last year or two. He was incredible. I mean, they ended up winning 2-0, but you know what? Vazzy was unbelievable. What a performance in goal. Because I thought the team played okay. I mean, when you played a lot of road games, they've been on the road so much lately. I mean, they literally don't leave Tampa for a month right now.
I know.
So with the Olympics and all the different things, and we've got 11 guys going, and that's all going to change here soon. But one of the things is watching everybody right now. Victor Hedman's on the ice in full bore equipment. So that tells you, I haven't seen Victor without a red jersey in 2 months. He is on the ice in a black jersey. So that means to tell me he is cleared to play or cleared to go. I don't know if he's playing tonight. Rumor has it, I think he's in this far corner right now, sitting down in that corner. They're going to do plays. I think Victor Hedman, rumor is, I've heard that he's not playing tonight, but he will be playing Sunday for the outdoor game. That's what I heard. There he is right there.
Nice. So he's coming back for the outdoor game, and we'll talk about that. Okay.
Yeah. That's rumor has it. I heard he's coming back for that game and go from there. But like I said, it should be a good game tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing Winnipeg. They're always they got a good team. I'm like shocked at where they're at in the standings. Really shocked. They're one of those disappointing teams of the year. But like I said, and then we'll talk about the game Sunday. There's Victor Hedman in the corner right now, passing the pucks down low. That's Curtis Douglas in the middle right there, the fighter. I love that guy, because we need a guy that can fight.
He might be in tonight.
He might be in tonight. And Grocek, that's the other young defenseman. Nice goal by Hedman right there. He just shot it in the top corner over Johansson.
He's back.
To me, so Johansson's in that net. That means to tell me Vazzy's in tonight. Vazzy didn't come on the ice, so I think Vazzy's playing tonight. I think he's playing all the games up until the Olympic break, because if you look at it this way, we play tonight against Winnipeg. We don't play till Sunday against Boston, the outdoor game. Then we play Tuesday, Buffalo. And then we play your stinking Panthers next Thursday. And then you're off for literally like 2 more weeks. So
2 weeks,
you're going to play Vazzy every game now because he's got lots of time. It's not back-to-back, all home games. There's no travel. So that's my guess, is he's playing every game because he's not going to the Olympics. So you might as well give him as much work as you can.
Yeah, I mean, that's for people who don't know, Russia's not going to the Olympics. It's not that Vazzy isn't good enough to go. So
no. And Kucherov.
As there's that whole war thing going on. You mentioned Vazzy, and he was so good the other night. He stole that game, and I think this is the best we've seen him post back surgery. Would you agree, Brian? He's back to being the big cat.
You know what? Like I said, I thought last game probably was his best game I've seen you guys in probably a year to 2. He was phenomenal. His positional play was great. His movement, that was excellent. You know what? Vazzy was outstanding. I mean, you know what? You could just see the team Utah. They were shaking their heads at some of the saves he was making. And it was just like, you know what? You're playing better than us. You should be winning against probably 9 out of 10 teams. You're probably winning this game 6-2, but you're now losing 2-0. And you're losing the game because the goalie is the best player on the ice by far.
Well, and also Darren Radish got a power play goal. And Brian, I really like the way the power play has evolved this year. We used to have Kucherov kind of sitting on that wing, kind of directing everything, and now he's moving. He's moving around, and that changes everything. It changes the angles. It changes how teams have to prepare. And that goal the other night, where Radish kind of slid down to the left and in the circles, just ready with that 90, 100-mile-an-hour shot of his, and Kucherov just feathered it to him perfectly, and he blasted it at 92, and not from the point, almost down by the circles. Yeah. I mean, that is a weapon because Kucherov's getting all that attention over there, and now it's almost like the Stammer one-timer. They're kind of getting that feel again, and if they get that power play going like that, and Radish, remains as that weapon, boy, that's something that the Lightning can really, really lean on in the second half of the season. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, JP, 100%. I mean, when he has that shot coming like that, I mean, it's anywhere from 100 to 103 miles an hour. That's what it's been clocked at. So when he moves down lower like that and it's coming in, the goalie doesn't have time to move. That's where Stammer was so good. He would shoot in the top corner, but his shot was over 100 miles an hour. So the goalie can't pick that up. It's just accurate. And Radish can shoot the puck. Like I said, you know what? I played with Al McGinnis and they called him Chopper, and he could pound that puck for the Calgary Flames and St. Louis Blues, a Hall of Famer. But Radish has a God-given talent, and he can fire that puck. And when it's moving off Kucherov's one-timer where he makes that play, I mean, it's sick. I mean, Kucherov's so good with the puck. I mean, Gensel, unbelievable. Sorelli's played great. I mean, just so many top forwards we have. They're all going to the Olympics, except for Kucherov, obviously, and Vazzy. But I mean, just fun to watch those guys play. You know what I mean? And you know what? We're playing without Hedman, McDonough, Lilleberg's hurt. And don't forget, one of my favorite players, Braden Point, guys rocking on the ice. He's not even playing. And I mean, what did we win? 15 games without a loss. And I mean, it's just incredible what we're doing right now. And the good thing is McDonough, Hedman, veteran guys who've been in the league for 14, 15, 16 years, they are well rested. And that's what we need going into the playoffs in the second half of the year. Remember, there's only going to be like 30 games left when we come back from the Olympics. So there's not a lot of games left, and then the playoffs start. So
it's going to be a compacted schedule too.
Brian, we're right up against the Olympic break. We just talked about it. The team's obviously playing really well right now. Is there any plans for the team as far as reduced practices for the guys that aren't in the Olympics to stay sharp, or is this just full time off, or how's the team handling that?
Yeah, you know what? I think I saw the schedule, you know, where they send a schedule out for the guys who aren't going to the Olympics. I think they have the first week or so off where they can do whatever they want. And then there's optional practices, you know, after the first week where they come back and practice as a team, you know, do some workouts and skate. Yeah, you can't take 2 weeks off and not do anything. You have to kind of have a little bit of movement, you know. So I think the first week they'll probably be off. Guys will go on maybe trips for 3 or 4 days to, you know, Mexico or Bahamas or whatever. But then after that, they'll be back riding bikes, working out, getting ready, because you just can't take 2 weeks off. It's just you're not going to be in game shape.
Hey, Brian, what are your thoughts on the outdoor game coming up on Sunday? Did you ever play in an outdoor game? I don't know how far back they go. But you played outdoors.
Yeah, I played outdoors growing up in Canada, 100% for sure. So you know what? No, I never played in an outdoor game. I wish we could have, but they just didn't have it back then. You know, it didn't start till later on. Fun games to see. I mean, it's going to be so special. I mean, you know what? I think when you think about the outdoor game and stuff like that we got going on right now, I got to give, you know, like I said, the team, but, you know, you got to give guys like, you know, Jeff Vinnick, our owner. I mean, you know, what he's did to the city of Tampa, the community, $50,000 every game to a community hero. And then our CEO, Steve Griggs. I remember Steve Griggs. You know, he was pitching this when we were in Sweden in 2018 and 19. Hey, I want to get an outdoor game. We went to the Global Series. We were over there, played Buffalo. I mean, he was talking about having an outdoor game back then. I mean, it's like, and now probably 7-8 years later, we've got the game. Everybody's concerned about the weather, but I mean, look at what's happened. Last week was 82
We're going to have snow, Brads.
Yeah, 48 degrees is the high. It's going to be spectacular. You couldn't even get better weather for this game. I mean, you know what? People say, well, I wish it was a little bit warmer. No, this is perfect for hockey. It's outdoor hockey. And hey, you know what? If it was 30 below in Canada, I don't know if I'd like to play in that. That's too cold.
Hell no.
Like that's a little bit too cold for me. But you know, 48 degrees, 42 degrees, whatever it is, that's perfect conditions for a hockey game. They'll have heaters on the bench, and you know what? It'll be fun for the guys. I mean, no one's going to be everybody's going to be watching this game on Sunday going, oh my God, what's the temperature in Tampa? 42? Yeah. That's impossible. Something's wrong with it. No, it's 82. They've just got the numbers mixed up.
No, it's going to be 42 and snowing on Saturday night, Sunday morning. It's going to be ridiculous.
That's
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Brad. So I'll see you tonight, and I'll be in my full pirate gear tonight, so don't be scared.
I won't be scared. Yeah.
Yes. Watch your throat. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you guys. The great Brian Bell. Too fun. All right. Charlie Strong is in the house. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk football. This guy coached against both the Super Bowl teams. Yeah. We're getting a scouting report right now. So get your pens and pencils ready to get the lowdown on these two teams. So we'll get that. We're also going to talk a little college football with all the shenanigans that are going on. How do coaches handle this? I have to know. All that and more coming up in 3 minutes. Stay with us. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this Gasparilla Thursday. You better get your hot toddies on because it's going to be cold. They're thinking about even canceling the flotilla, Timmy.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, the waves are going to be really, really high. Those idiots out there, half of them don't take their boat out once a year, and they're going to go out in 7-foot waves in the bay when there's 150 boats within a quarter mile. Forget about it. It's a
manly thing.
Yeah, good for them. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Get your insurance checkup right now, folks. Make sure you are fully insured. 40% of you are not. So you got to get the value up to your new value in your home to make sure your home insurance is correct. And also get your business insurance, get your flood insurance, all those things. Just call Italiano Insurance. They will answer the phone. Human beings will actually help you and walk you through the whole process. And then they will scour dozens and dozens of companies to get you the best rates. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. All right, let's bring in the head coach. I just call you the head coach. You're the head coach to me. Charlie Strong, former Texas head coach, 2-time ACC Coach of the Year, Louisville, USF. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Jay?
You used to this cold. You worked up there in Notre Dame.
Oh, God, yes.
You know what lake effect snow is all about.
You know what? I can remember, Jay. I was in Gainesville, University of Florida at that time. and a position comes open in South Bend, and Lou Holtz is the head coach. And I go there on the interview. On the interview, it's sleet and rain. I mean, sleet just coming down. And we're walking across campus, and coach gives me this coat to put on. He's walking with me, and I'm like, man, what am I doing? I just left Florida. It's 80 degrees, and I come here, and there's sleet coming down. And he said, well, if you can survive this weather, you'll be okay here. But he said, it's not like this all the time. But
just 80% of the time.
Just 80% of the time. But I know, and you're right, that lake effect, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Like, they're protecting, hey, you may get, 4 inches, and you wake up to, the next morning, it's 8 inches out on the ground.
You can't even move. That's
can't
crazy.
Move. You can't move at all.
Speaking of coach, by the way, so Lou Holtz, obviously you coached under him. He's been a dear friend of mine for a long time. We have some family connections. My best friend is married into the Holtz family. And I saw Coach and you at the great celebration of the '88 national championship team.
Yes.
He is not doing well, as I know you know. And I would just like to take a couple minutes here to just celebrate that man and what he has meant for college football. And, it's a great story you just tell, because that man can convince anybody of anything. He convinced you to come to South Bend.
Anything.
Right?
He was like, I've been fortunate to work for some really outstanding head coaches, but Coach Holtz has got to go down as my number one. And he's one of those people that when you're coming up through the coaching ranks, you don't really understand until you get with someone like that how much you don't know.
Yeah.
And then you get around him and you're just like, wow, I never looked at it like that. And just for who he is, and even like you said at the '88 celebration, I mean, look at all the former players that had come back there and the impact. And that's the only thing as a coach, you just want to impact people's lives, and that's all he did. And he isn't doing good, but he still have his mind, and I still call him and we'll have a conversation. Hey, Charlie, I can't get around, but I still got my mind.
It's funny you say that, because in that room, you want to talk about some successful people. We're not just talking about, and there was, I recognize a lot of the players from the day, but so many of those guys are just CEOs, millionaires, billionaires. I mean, that was a house full right there.
Coach, I'm sitting next to this guy, Jay, and he was a walk-on at University of Notre Dame. He's a walk-on. He's the CEO, of a company right there in New York, and he's telling me about it. And then Scott Palomo is one of the top lawyers, judges out in Phoenix. But you sitting there, and there's all these people just around you. You're right. And that's the thing that you realize when you're with there. It wasn't just the football side of it. It's what those guys, they have given the football, and then what they're doing with their lives now.
They're leaders. I mean, big time leaders. And that's part of what Coach preached, right? I mean, it wasn't just about football, but it was just about, being better men.
Without a doubt, his whole deal was, can I trust you? Are you committed to excellence, and do you really care? That's what he was like. He asked you those 3 questions. I remember we're sitting there, and this player had missed class. So they're not going to class. And he said, hey, Charlie, he's a defensive lineman. Hey, Charlie, get him up here to my office right now. Y'all come into my office. So we go in the coach's office, and we're sitting there, and he says, hey, give me your mama's phone number. So he calls the kid's mom while we're sitting there. And he said, I tell you right now, your son is not doing well. I don't know if Notre Dame is the place for him. Because I could only ask him 3 questions, and he can't answer yes to any of them. So I think I probably need to send him back to you. She said, don't you send him back to me, Coach. I don't want him here. He said, well, I get him straight for you. I straightened out this young man.
Oh, that kid must have been just
he was.
He knew the buttons to push, right?
Oh, I felt so bad for him, because it's just like he just sunk down in his seat. And he was like, oh, my God. I mean, my man just like out of nowhere. He's just like, hey, give me your mom's phone number. Just call her. She's at work. And he calls her up.
He is such a special person and has been for so long. And I've seen him speak so many times, and he never disappoints. And just as a person in the audience, you want to just go run through the wall after you hear him speak, and you're just ready to go.
Jay, I've heard that speech. And the thing about his speech, he's been consistent with it.
Yeah.
And it's the same. And I can hear that speech. And
1,000 times.
1,000 times. And it's like you said, it just it chills your
Yeah.
body just to hear him speak. And then he can do the magic trick. And it's like you sit there and you're like, hey, the best one, we're recruiting one time. We're recruiting. And we go to his family, and he sits down in the middle of the floor, and the mom had cooked some dessert. And she's like, Coach, I got an apple pie in there. Do you want a slice? Oh, I love a slice of that. That's my favorite. He eats them. He eats
Sitting on the floor.
On the floor. And then he said, hey, I tell you what, Miss Smith, that was really nice. Can I have another slice? He got another slice. And you knew right there you was going to get that young man. I mean,
Because Mama was in.
Mama was done.
Yeah.
After he asked for that second slice
Yeah.
of pie, it was over with.
So you went on a lot of recruiting trips with him.
Oh, yes.
You've seen the magic.
I've seen the magic.
Between the two of you, pretty damn good recruiters. Yeah.
That's where I learned it from him.
From her. Yeah, right?
Yes.
What was the key to that? Number one is authenticity.
Yeah. And you know, and where I learned from him in recruiting, recruit the parent.
Yeah.
We didn't recruit the kid. Like he had, like, that young man could be sitting there and was no conversation with him. It's all to the parent.
Yeah.
This is what we can do for your son. This is what a degree would do for your son. It was all, even from Notre Dame, even when we went to South Carolina, the same thing. It's all about recruiting a parent, not where, because, you know, you get some single parents and they want somebody who's going to really take care of their son.
Yeah.
And he was one of those guys who could convince them that this is what's going to happen.
As Bobby used to say, John, you got to win the mama.
Yes.
You got to win the mama.
Yes.
So you get the mama, you get the kid.
You get the kid.
So I hear you, Coach. Those two together, by the way, Lou and Bobby.
Oh,
and I've seen them. You know, I was lucky enough to watch them work a couple of times and do some events with the both of them. Man, that was like gold.
Oh,
like
it was
gold, man. Those two.
Well, you think about those coaches back then; they were just so sincere.
Yeah.
And you like Coach Spurrier. You know, you look at Lou Holtz, you look at Bobby Bowden. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And you sit there and think, what those guys did for this sport now, and to see the way the sport is now, those guys wouldn't be in it.
And look at the men that they produced too.
Oh,
the
it's
Derek Brooks, the Warwick Duns.
Unbelievable!
Yeah.
Like unbelievable, man.
Not an accident. Tim Tebow. I mean,
Not an accident at all.
Those are good. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about college football after that. I want to get to the Super Bowl because you guys coached against both of these teams.
Yes,
beat Seattle in Seattle, which was obviously your best game of the year. Sam Darnold had a good game. You got the pick from Levante late and won it. What is special about that Seattle team?
I just look at it, Jay, as the quarterback has done an unbelievable job, and he has proven all doubters wrong.
Yeah.
And you look at him, I think right now he's somewhere around like a 70% completion rate.
Sam Darnold.
Darnold.
Wow.
And you look at that's why you can't give up on a quarterback. Because you look at he was at the Jets at one time. He was in Carolina at one time. He goes to Minnesota. He wins 14, doesn't do well in the playoffs. Then now he ends up in Seattle, and he's in the Super Bowl. I mean, you got to cheer for a guy like that because of what he's been through. And that's why I say you can't give up on a player because what he's doing right now, and it's not even a lot around him. You look at Smith. Nigma is probably the only guy. We know Cooper Colt.
Yeah.
Cooper's older, but Smith is the guy.
Smith and Jigba is just, I mean, he and I'm trying to blank Puka. Those two, they so similar.
So similar.
They're built and they're strong, but they're so smooth in the way they run their routes.
I can remember when because he's out of Texas and when he went to Ohio State, and I'm like, God, he's going to be a really good football player.
Did you see him play in high school?
I saw him play in high school because he's at Rockwell High School. So I didn't think he would take off the way he is taking off now, but he is. It's just fun to watch. And then you look at what Walker's done. But I just look at what Seattle has done is they have been consistent on offense where they have not turned the ball over, and defensively they get turnovers, and they're playing really good defense right now. And that's the key with them, their defense. And there's no superstars on that defense.
Right.
They're just all playing together.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What strikes you when you watch their defense? They're physical.
Oh,
Boy,
they're physical. Right
Woo.
there. What you just said, their physicality. They are physical, and they play as a team. You look at I think it was last week. It was last week. The corner is taunting So they get the penalty. The next play, he gets beat deep for a touchdown. And then you see kind of on the sideline, you see words exchange. And, we got to get this thing together. We can't be doing that. And we got to go win this football game. And then they go down there and make a critical stop on 4 downs in the red. Guys get a stop. They jaw because they kind of know one another. On all those guys, either somebody on that team will play with him or he'll play with him. So he's probably jawing back and forth to one of his guys, and then boom, the official sees it, boom, and you can't do it. You just can't do it.
All right, let's flip over to the Patriots, who obviously they got a couple of big runs against you guys with Travion Henderson, but didn't consistently move the ball. They had big plays, but their offense with Drake May, he's so good, and he's faster than I thought. He's a really, really good. If as big as he is, he can really move. What problems do they present?
You look at Drake May, and he has that physical. It's just a trait about him where he's big and physical, where he's gonna beat you. If you bring pressure and you don't get there, now he's gonna open up. Where is he gonna take off with the football? Because he's gonna beat you with his legs.
Yeah.
And then you look at. He's still got Henderson. He's got Stevenson. So he has the two backs there. You have Diggs on the outside. So he has enough weapons around him where if he don't turn it over, and will his experience show in this game? Mm-hmm. And now you look at them on defense, that's where they have been good. I think they're giving up like 8 points a game or something like that. They've got 12 sacks in the last 3 games. So they're playing pretty good defense. They're playing really good defense. And now it's just a matter, can they go out and stop Seattle consistently?
What about their defense specifically, though? I mean, they're pretty physical too. Vrabel demands that.
Well, and that's what you just said. He demands that. That's been their call. Like, we're going to be physical on defense. This is how we're going to do it and how we're going to practice. But if you watch them, the way they run the football, they're physical. Because they're going to run the football. They're going to line up and run the football. They're not going to put it all on Drake May to, hey, you go out here and win this game. They turn around and get the ball to Henderson, turn around and get the ball to Stevenson. Hey, we can play action pass. We get him on the outside. But it's just them being physical, because you're going to have 2 physical defenses here. So now it's just a matter of who's going to get the turnovers. And now can we put enough pressure on the quarterbacks?
And all that. It comes down to blocking and tackling, right, Coach? And being physical. The more physical team usually wins.
I look at Seattle, and I think if there's a weakness with New England, their offensive line. Now, can they, create enough disruption where they disrupt the offensive line and where they can get, run through and make hits and everything? But it does. It just comes down to, hey, just being physical. It comes down, you make it like who's gonna make the first mistake here? Like, who's gonna turn this thing over? And that's why I always like watching like the first 5 minutes of a game, because you
can tell
you kind of see the tone set, because you think about 2 weeks ago, Seattle, what's the name, returns the opening kickoff.
Yeah, Shaheed.
Yeah, and they just got Shaheed from New Orleans.
Right. That's a huge pickup.
Huge pickup for them. And then he makes a big catch down the sideline.
Yeah, to open the game, man.
Opening game, they thought. But it's almost like somebody's going to make a big play here, and then all of a sudden kind of set the tone. Then the game settles down.
Yeah.
And now let's go play this football game.
So how important, so you can usually tell from your eyes, like first 5 to 10 minutes, when you see the first few possessions, you're watching the line of scrimmage, who's winning the line of scrimmage. And then that's usually the team that's going to win the game.
And that's going to win the game, because if you watch the line of scrimmage, because the play action and all that, but you want to see, can we move these guys, or who's going to try to establish the run here?
Yeah.
Like, are they trying, what are they getting out of the run? And also, are they not going to give up on it so easily? Okay, it's a 1-yard gain. There's a 2-yard gain. Now it's third down. We're off the field. Now do they come back and try to establish the run game some more? And I think it's what's been New England, where they've been able to, even though they may not get going in the run game, they have stuck with it.
Yeah.
And then they've able, and their
Shorten the
defense
game.
have gone out there. They shorten the game.
That's so old school.
With time of possession.
Yeah.
They try to win time of possession, and if you can do those things, then you have a really good chance.
All right. So looking at these two teams, I feel like you're leaning towards Seattle. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, only reason I'm leaning towards Seattle, I just like the way that Darnold has played.
Yeah.
And as long as he don't turn that ball over, then they have a chance. But I just look at his path, Jay, and I just you look at the Jets, he didn't do much there.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, he didn't do much. Then he goes to Minnesota, and he had weapons, and that's what everybody thought, because he had weapons in Minnesota.
Jefferson, Addison,
Addison, he had the players. But then he comes to Seattle. All right, you got Cooper, who's older, and you got Enigma, who's a really good young player. But it's like he has played, he's been consistent, and he's played within the system.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker and Charbonneau, who's out, obviously, but have been a great 1-2 punch. So they lose Charbonnet, but it was the other guy, Hanlon, who filled in pretty good. Yeah, I think I like Seattle because of their defense, and they just have a few more weapons on offense, and and that offensive line, I think that's key.
It's key.
Yeah,
and it's going to be who New England the matchup with Smith. Like who are they going to put on him? Like you said, he's like
can't cover him.
Like you're not going to cover him, and you can double him, and he's going to come down inside, but they have enough weapons where the quarterback Darnold, he's smart enough. Like that throw like he made last week in the end zone. Everybody thought that he wasn't going to make the throw. Yeah, and he boom. Touchdown.
Yeah, it's a great throw. All right, so we're thinking Seattle for that. We got about 5 minutes left, Coach. I want to just touch a little bit on. I don't know if you saw this past week. Dabo Swinney did a big press conference. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that. First time we've seen a coach really come out and talk about tampering with the players. And you were at Miami a couple years ago in this NIL transfer portal era. So you've been part of this. You've been obviously part of head coach when it wasn't.
You don't even have to call the young man. You call his agent and say, hey, listen, this is what we have. This is what we can give him. I don't know what they're paying him, but if you're interested, call him. And you know what? Those guys are calling him.
Yeah, and they're yeah. I mean, as a coach, how do you plan your roster? How do you do this? And the stories that Dabo was telling, like, okay, Golding was texting the player in class a picture of $1 million contract. Yeah. If I'd have told you that was going to happen in college football 10 years ago.
Oh, you mean like there's no way. There's no way that would happen. But like you said, there's no way to control it because all those guys they're looking for who's going to pay me the most money. Yeah. And now it's gotten so outrageous, especially with quarterbacks, because they're giving them the most. But it's so outrageous now. Like I was talking to a guy, and he said, I can't pay my other players enough money because I'm so invested in my quarterback and my left tackle.
Right.
So I can't pay.
You got to prioritize it.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like you got to look at it and prioritize.
So how do the players handle that? When you were at Miami and, this guy's making more than this guy and that guy's making more than this, Cam Ward's making whatever he was making. How do they handle that?
Well, it's a lot of egos get involved, but that's why you see so many guys are transferring.
Yeah.
Because now, I feel like that I'm underpaid. So now, since I'm underpaid, I'm gonna go somewhere where they're gonna pay me more than what I'm making here. And guys know, because now it's just it's out there, like you can't hide it. Used to back in the day, back in the day when you did something like that, a guy didn't know what he
it was all under the table. They didn't know.
They didn't know what they didn't know what you was giving that guy.
Right.
You could say, "Man, we're not giving him anything." What do you mean? Well, coach, look. Now you look at just the whole landscape of it, and until they get a handle on it, it's just a wild, wild west.
Yeah, and when we're talking about there's no rules, the NCAA, I guess, has rules, but they have no enforcement power anymore.
No.
So the coaches know this, so they're just going to do whatever. It's almost like it has to be honor among thieves, and like the players and the coaches have. I guess that's why Dabo did what he did. It's just like the only way we can combat this is to go public and embarrass people.
And where Dabo, he called him out, but where everybody knows with Dabo, he's not for the portal. So because he look at his team, he's like, a lot of my guys, I didn't get through the portal, but now he's
starting to use it.
He's trying to change his mind. But if you just like until I don't know, JP, I just think it's going to be about 60 schools break away.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to form their own allegiance. And this is what we're going to do. And so
it'll be like a bigger NFL.
So
collective bargaining, all that.
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen. It's going to be the haves and the have-nots, and you hate that for some of the smaller schools because they can't compete. So now, do they become a farm system for these guys? I mean, you think about it. If you're at a smaller school and you don't have the money that these other schools have, I would say to them, hey, listen, I will help you recruit, or you help me recruit this young man. And then I bring him to my place for a couple of years.
Develop him.
I develop him for you, and I send him to you.
That's an interesting take, and like a relegation league almost.
Yes.
The teams, the team that wins the lower level gets to move up to the bigger level.
Bigger level, and the players are, the kid go for that because you're going to say, why would you go sit there and you're not going to develop?
Not going to play,
but you want to end up at this place.
Yeah.
So come to me, let me develop you. And
that's an interesting concept.
And I help you get there.
And it's interesting. USF, obviously, you were the coach there. They're clearly now on the cusp.
Right.
They've got everything they need in terms of the size, the AAU, the university. They're spending all of their revenue sharing money where most teams in their conference are not. So they're acting now. They're getting their own stadium, everything, like they belong in the top 60.
Yes.
But they're not there.
They're not there.
They need to be.
Right. Well, you look at what Central Florida did.
Yeah.
And so they made that move, a few years ago. So they made that move, and they self-proclaimed themselves as national champions, which was nothing wrong. I mean, they gonna say this is what it is. We're
undefeated.
I was thinking about that, Jay. I can remember when Florida State when they didn't get
they got the snub.
They got the snub.
They got the snub.
So I was sitting there saying, okay, if I'm Florida State, I'm gonna tell my players, look, guys, we're going to go play, and we're going to play Georgia. Because you think about it, Georgia had only lost one game in 2 years.
Yep.
So Georgia was still in Alabama. I was at Bama, and we beat Georgia. But Georgia was still the best team.
Yeah.
But they didn't get in the championship game because Bama beat them in the SEC game. So you're looking at Florida State. Let's go beat Georgia, and let's self-proclaim ourselves.
That's exactly what I said. I said there's two ways to deal with this snub. Number one, go to your players and say, F ESPN, who orchestrated that whole thing, in my opinion. And let's go play and beat Georgia and claim. And by the way, there are still the AP recognizes you can vote you the national champion. There are still entities that vote for a national championship that aren't tied to the quote playoff. So you could have claimed those national championships. But more than anything, your program is moving forward. You're making a statement. You didn't lay down and quit. You got up and you went, and with that defense that they had,
they had
coach,
it. Like they could have went and beat Georgia in the
you think? With Jared Verse and Fisk.
Come on, they had enough on defense to go do it. And that's what I said. Now go play and you go win. Now You can say we're the best team in the country.
Yep.
Because Georgia had lost one game in 2 years. So they were clearly the team.
I couldn't agree more. And the bottom line is Norvell couldn't either get the players to play. And I said, well, why don't you pay them to play? Go play. Listen, like go to Jared Verse and say, hey, man, I'll give you $150,000 to play in the Orange Bowl.
That's it.
Is it one game?
Guys, one game. Listen, I just
make
need
it work their while.
One game is all I need you for.
Right.
And this is what
and you're getting $8 million, $10 million from the Orange Bowl anyway. I know that doesn't go directly to the school, but you could listen. You claim expenses. Hey, I got to pay my players to play in this game.
I would have found the guys who I knew kind of like ran the team, and I would say, listen, guys, this is what I'm gonna do for you guys. Y'all go convince these other guys, but this is what I do for you. I will give you this much money. Now y'all go convince these guys.
And rally around it.
And rally around it. Yeah. And they couldn't have done it because you're sitting there like, hey, guys, okay, prove to them that we got snubbed.
Right.
Let's go prove to them that we are the best team. Let's go beat Georgia. And it probably could happen if you could have rallied them all together.
And you're playing for something bigger. That's exactly what I said after the snub. I said, and the other choice was don't play.
Yes.
The only thing you couldn't do is what they did.
Oh, yeah.
Go there with a bunch of 18-year-olds against those grown-ass men in Georgia, get your ass beat 63-3.
Because Georgia brought all their guys.
That's right.
See, they brought their team. So they convinced their guys to come and play.
That's right.
So now let's convince our guys to go play it.
Do you put that on the coach? Or the organization, I mean, the administration, like
you don't have it because even like when you meet and you see you got snubbed and a lot of guys then it's like, man, forget this, I ain't gonna play, But it's somehow you got to try to get them all rallied back around. So look, guys, we're playing for something bigger.
Right.
This is what we're playing for. So let's go prove to the country that we deserve, and this is how we're gonna prove to them that we can do it. And this could have been done.
Well, I don't know if he must have tried. I mean, I would think as a coach, that's got to be your first go-to, right?
But like you said, it comes back to what is in it for them.
Right. And you have to recognize that and honor it.
Yes.
Now, if he went to the administration and said, hey, give me $3 million in a pot that I can distribute to my players, especially the big players, and we can convince them to play. And if they said no, well, then it's on the administration.
Yes.
Yeah. And if they said yes, and he just couldn't get them to me, I don't think it was ever even thought of. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask those questions when I can find that out. But what they couldn't do is what they did.
No.
And they've never recovered.
And they haven't. And that's what when I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, man, I would have went to those guys and said, listen, guys, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to go play this game.
Yeah, great opportunity.
And all of us are going to play, and we got a chance to go win it. Because they had a chance. They had enough to go win the game.
Yes, they did.
And then, and like I said, the team, it was a perfect scenario for you because it was Georgia. One loss in 2
That's right. It wasn't some slack team that if you beat them, and let me just say this. If you go to first of all, they beat a Louisville team with Tyler Shuck, who had one of the best offenses and shut their ass down.
Shut them down.
Yes. Arguably a better offense than Georgia. And they won that game. And they went to Florida and won without a quarterback there.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't like they were beating chump teams.
No.
And so that defense was, look at the guys that are playing in the NFL. That shit was legit.
Legit.
Yeah.
Because you look at that defense is in the NFL.
Every one of them.
They're in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that team was loaded. Yes.
It would have totally changed the trajectory of the program.
Well, because you look at it, you lose that game, then you get beat the way you got beat. Now, it's hard. It's hard to overcome it.
Yeah.
Because those guys are looking at, look what happened to us.
Yeah. And everybody just looks at the score. They don't know that you didn't have half your team
there. No.
And if you didn't go play, like Notre Dame got a lot of shit for not playing. It was the right thing to do.
Notre Dame was smart because they knew if they go play that game, those guys weren't going to show up and go
That's
play.
right. That's right.
So they was like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go play. I just saw what happened to Florida State. I'm not going to do that.
They took a lot of crap for it, but it was you know what? You take crap for about a week, everybody forgets it. You go play a game and go 63-3. It's on the books forever.
It's on the books forever. And then everybody would say, that's why y'all didn't deserve to be here.
Exactly.
That's why y'all didn't deserve to be here. Look what just happened to y'all.
And they still haven't recovered. Mr. King here in the comments is so happy. I hate you. All right. Charlie, thanks for coming in, man. Always fun to chat with you. Great story. I'm come in next week. We'll do some more Lou Holtz stories. All right.
Do that for sure.
I love that, man. All right, we'll take a quick break. Orestes Estrada is going to join us. All you guys in the comments and want to talk about the Rays, we will do that. And more. We are brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC. If you're looking for a new unit, you need a new unit, then you got to call Third Generation Plumbing because they do AC as well. Along with American Standard Heating and Cooling, they are the dynamic duo to take care of your HVAC needs. And by the way, if you're looking for a job and you're air conditioning or plumbing tech, they are looking for great folks like you. They pay great. It's a good family company. Get benefits, holidays, all that good stuff. Go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com and get your resume in now. Back in 3. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles! 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Timm May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. That will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show on this Gasparilla Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Valentine's Day is coming up, folks. They're going to have some great deals for you starting next week on Valentine's Day. So be prepared for that or go shop early right now. You can get on over there. They got some great specials going on. And if you're looking for an engagement ring, always the place to go. There's no other place to go, obviously. And you want to get a real diamond, not a fake diamond, and the Golden Diamond Source has the best selection, the best prices, the best staff that won't try to make you buy something that you don't. No pressure there, just trying to make you part of the family, as they do there. Once you shop there, you become part of the Golden Diamond Source family, and you'll see why when you go in and shop there. Say hello to Julie and Steve Weintraub in there. Their whole family works there, and it's a great family business. Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Olmerton Road, just across the bridge from Tampa. About 15, 20 minutes. Go see him. Tell him JP said hello. All righty. Timmy, are you back? Are you back?
I'm always here.
We had a little technical difficulty in our house. Was everything coming across okay?
No, I think y'all's internet was a little bit in and out because it was punching out here as well. So
our apologies there. I don't know what's going on with that, but maybe it's the cold weather.
Uh-oh. Winter is coming.
Yes, winter is coming for sure. All right, let's get back to some of the comments, shall we?
Lord, here we go.
Well, to our discussion just now, and Mr. King is just an FSU hater, so I'll come at you. Joel Forsland says, and so is he, that wouldn't have worked, even though Coach of the Year in the ACC says it would have, and has actually been in the throes of it all, but you would know better. That wouldn't have worked if they had beaten UGA. The media who hates FSU would have just mocked the Noles for claiming a title like UCF did. Okay, Joel. Wait, let me throw this out at Mr. King as well. I agree. People would have laughed FSU into irrelevance if they claimed a natty. No, we've taken ourselves into irrelevance since then. So.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, we did that to ourselves. So, no, listen. First of all, if you're going to equate Florida State's season, if they'd have beaten Georgia and gone 14-0 and won the ACC without their starting quarterback and kicking ass on defense, and they beat Georgia, who lost one game in 2 years, right? And beating Clemson at Clemson, beating Miami. Who else did they beat that year? I had to go back and look at it. That team. And you're going to say that's the same as the UCF team that played that soft schedule and had one good win, Auburn, in the bowl game, and that was just the Peach Bowl. It wasn't an undefeated Auburn team or a one-loss Auburn team like Georgia was. Get out of here! Not even close to comparable. And by the way, in UCF at that particular time, and still had never won a national title. Florida State won 3. It's a completely different situation, right? Right. And so don't even compare the two. Would there have been some people in the media that mock? Of course, ESPN hates Florida State. We know what that's all about. We get it. It's all political. It's all money. We know what it's about. But I think a majority of the people and fans would have recognized, hey, they got snubbed and then went and beat Georgia. Like, hell yeah. And so this 2-loss Alabama team is better? This 1-loss team that wins the national title is better? How do you make that case? It's not. They didn't even get a chance to play those other teams. but they won every game they played, including Georgia, one of the best teams in the nation. And according to Charlie Strong, who would know, the best team. The best team. So get out of here with that. You guys are wrong. Sorry. We're right. You're wrong. But thank you for giving me some great content. Joel says, JP, I'm not disputing any of that. Just saying that's how the ESPN media would have. Oh, well, you're 100% right on that. But they don't rule the world. As much as they think they do, they don't. And they embarrass themselves all the time and continue to embarrass themselves with the shit that they put on TV.
Getting so bad.
Yeah, get out of here with all that. So I don't care what and you're right, ESPN would have said that, but they're not the only outlet in the world. I think there's a lot of people that would have recognized them as the national champions. And certainly they would have had a case, and a much better case, and not even close to comparable to UCF. Would you agree with that?
I think you would have had more defenders of that than anything else from the national media.
Well, we can all agree what you couldn't do is what they did. We can all agree on that, correct? That was the worst thing you could have possibly done. Mr. King said, you're just an You are an FSU hater, Mr. King. Are you not? Are you not?
Who could hate FSU? Like, they're just such a nondescript school. Like, they've never done anything to anybody.
Well, again, it's so much of it is narrative. It's nothing to do with the truth, Timmy, right? And ESPN has developed this narrative through all their different channels and all their people to just dump on Florida. Say, oh, you sued your conference. Well, if you were getting 30 cents on the dollar to what your media rights were worth, you do it too. And if you didn't, you're a lay down doormat patsy. If you just continue to take that, and you went to them hundreds of times and said, let's fix this the right way without suing you. And they said, F off. So at some point you got to go to court, so let's keep that in mind. Mike H says Jimmy Johnson had some strong comments to the Hall of Fame voters and is boycotting Hall of Fame this year. Said a lot of teams were spying on play callings to get signals. Did he say a lot of teams were sending camera crews to other teams' practices to steal signals during the Super Bowl? Because that's what the Patriots did. And then continued to send cameras to other places and lie about it, act like they're doing coaches show stuff. I don't think other teams were doing that, Timmy. Do you? I think everybody's like sending scouts and trying to get signals. Yes, but that wasn't illegal.
But not
using
to that
electronic,
extent, right? Yeah.
They said, well, all the games are on TV. Yes, they're on TV, but they're not zoomed in on the coach who's giving the signals. That's why you send a camera crew, because you can't get that specific stuff on TV.
Right.
You can't get it close enough and detailed enough. So you got to send a camera crew. Same thing that Michigan did.
We're talking about the whole Belichick snub, right? That's what this is about.
Yes.
Man, I don't know. And look, I'm for the most part a Hall of Fame purist. I don't want any of the juicing guys from baseball in the Hall of Fame. And you and I argued yesterday, why do they have to have multiple ballots? If you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer. There should not be first ballot Hall of Famers, and there should not be second, third, fourth, fifth ballot Hall of Famers. You're either a Hall of Famer or you're not. Okay, I'm of that camp. That said, Bill Belichick is a freaking Hall of Fame coach. I don't care about the cheating. Yes, he there's no question he was involved in some of that. Every one of the coaches in the Hall of Fame have been involved in cheating. They just didn't get caught. All right. That's not the same as juicing as a baseball player. To me, it's not the same. So put him in. And the fact that he didn't get in on the first ballot, as I stick my thumb up my ass saying that word, it's ridiculous. And they should find out whoever did not vote for him, and they should lose their voting privileges.
Well, Rick Stroud on his podcast suggested that it was not about the cheating, but it was about retribution from media members who didn't like the way they were treated.
Yes, that's just
as bad. Really bullshit. Which is really bullshit.
You want to talk about a guy who got shunned by the media as at the time not one of, but maybe the greatest baseball player of all time was Ted Williams. He absolutely hated the media.
Yeah. And that's just, listen, and that is what it is, but it should have nothing to do with Hall of Fame voting.
No.
Not personally not liking a guy or a guy dissed you. Listen, Warren Sapp dissed me plenty of times. I've said gazillions of times I don't think he's a very good human, and many would agree with me. But I will never, ever debate the fact that he wasn't one of the greatest defensive tackles in the history of the game. Of course he was. and the driving force behind that defense. No question about it. But if I had a Hall of Fame vote, he's in. And
what's funny is time heals all wounds. Look at Babe Ruth, the second greatest baseball player in the history of the sport. When he was alive, he was not a great dude, right? No. He was a womanizer. He was coming to work drunk all the time, and they called him out for it back. Well, we're not professional baseball players. And you know what? It was talked about at the time. Did it keep him from getting in the first Hall of Fame? No. And you know what? We don't ever talk about that about him anymore unless it's in a freaking autobiography or a biography or a movie or something, right? We just say Babe Ruth. Some people say the greatest. I say the second greatest baseball player of all time. We don't talk about that anymore. In 50 years, no one's going to talk about Bill Belichick cheating in his camera crews. They're going to say and he won't have the most wins, the second most wins in the history of coaching in the NFL, right? Because he ain't catching Shula, because he ain't coming back.
I agree. Thomas A. Casper says Charlie Miranda is so old he pirated with Jose Gaspar. Oh, good one. Michael LaRue, good morning to you. Said Ryan McDonough is back for tonight's game. Hedman might be back for the outdoor game. Yep. That's going to be great. It's great to have. Welcome back, Captain. Welcome back. Now don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. They all went in twice. Gruden and Brady eras. They won Super Bowls both times. Yeah. Hey, by the way, is Brady up next year for the Hall of Fame? Is it 5 years now?
So
his last year was 22, right?
Yeah.
23, 27, 26. So 27. So he goes in next year. Next year's ballot?
Assuming he doesn't come back and quarterback the Raiders next year.
So Brady and Belichick will go in together? And maybe Robert Kraft? All three of them together?
All at the same time.
That'll be fun.
I mean, I'm hearing crap from the voters. Well, people who we think are voters and maybe honestly saying this, that there's no way I'm putting Bill Belichick in before Tom Brady gets in or before Kraft goes in. Like, it's got to be a certain. First of all, why does it have to be a certain order? It's asinine.
First of all, why are owners in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, pioneers of the game, I guess, at some point.
Now they're George Halas,
sure,
who, put it all together and grew the game. Yes,
Jerry Jones.
What has Jerry Jones done?
He made the league billions of dollars.
How?
He changed the marketing of the game.
How?
When he first came into the league.
Because he built his own stadium?
No, that wasn't until 2009. That was 20 years later. Jerry Jones.
I'll give you some.
Jerry Jones bucked the system when he
Jones.
became. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of that. So guys like that, if they did something, if you can make the case that they did something as an owner that was groundbreaking and changed the game and made the league more popular, then I'll listen. I'm available for listening to that. But I don't see Bob Kraft doing any of that.
Yeah, what did he ever do? Except put together a dynasty because he owned a dynasty.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's
weird. I will say this, and I'm kind of contradicting myself here as I think about it. Which
we do that all the time.
I mean, ownership is obviously extremely important. But I'm giving you credit for being a rich guy. You were already rich when you bought in, and now you're just spending your hobby money really well on. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if guys served, I guess on.
We have is it ownership wing, and can it be in the back, away from the real players?
Maybe guys owners that served on certain committees, maybe the competition committee that had something to do with changing the rules for the better. But like you said, go put that wing kind of in the committee part of the Hall of Fame.
And same with the broadcasters wing might be behind the ownership wing.
Really? Oh, that's
and by the way, both by the bathroom. They're both on one side of the bathroom entry.
Well, I would put the
on one
owners
side,
closer than the
podcast.
broadcasters.
In fact, I might even put the media in the bathroom.
Like, shouldn't broadcasters have their own Hall of Fame somewhere? Does it have to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Yes, exactly.
Like, it doesn't have to be, right? Because most football broadcasters are also broadcasting other sports.
True.
So there should be a sports broadcasting Hall of Fame. You can put producers in there. You can put technical directors in there.
And I think there is.
And there's guys that are worthy of that.
Great live stream podcast host. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we don't even have to wait till we retire.
Rick's got a line on the day.
Of course,
I was just about ready to do that. Where is it? Bob Kraft in the Massage Parlor Hall of Fame. Yes, the Rub and Tug Hall of Fame. I think he's in there.
I mean, I'd probably be in that too. I'm not gonna lie.
That's awesome. Joel says Brady's eligible in 28.
All right.
Like, was it the first retirement or the second retirement? No. Was it the fake retirement or the real retirement? Mr. King says Culver House does a lot of groundbreaking things. Why isn't he in? He could be in the Racist Hall of Fame. We could put him in the KKK Hall of Fame. Do they have that? Or Hall of Shame? Should we have that? Yeah, he'd be in first ballot Hall of Shamer for Culver House. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Bob did like the happy endings, no question.
I mean, doesn't everyone though? Come on, just because he got caught.
Yeah. Come on. Bucs Basement has a super chat. Thank you, partner. 199. Do you think Light's on the hot seat as well? No. I think the Glazers adore him and love him, and I think he's done a great job. Not perfect, but done a good job. Here we go, Mr. King. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. JP, outside of 2020, 2021, when have the Bucs demonstrated they are willing to be big spenders? A decade plus of losing says otherwise. That's the outlier. They did. They went super cheap during the Raheem era because they were buying Man United and needed the money for that. I would say when they recovered from that, starting in 2017, 2018, in those areas, I think when they recovered from buying Man United, they started spending. They spent to the cap every year and over the cap. They spent on coaches. So are you saying since the Super Bowl, they haven't really spent? I mean, I think here's the thing. If you're spending money on re-signing your own players, you're still spending money. Correct? If you're making Antoine Winfield Jr. the highest paid defensive back in the game, you're spending money. You didn't go out and sign him, but it's still an outlay. You're still paying your players. You're still spending to the cap or over the cap. When you make Tristan Wirfs the highest paid offensive lineman, they've been spent this year. I think is the only year where they have been under the cap. Am I wrong on that, Mr. King? I think this is the only year they've been under the cap. So, correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe you can question where they're spending the money.
Yeah, absolutely. But
yeah,
the idea that there's proof that they're cheap, I don't. Now, listen, if you're telling me that they're not firing Todd Bowles because of money, nobody has proof of that. Nobody has proof of that. We can guess. It may be that they just love their coach. So, did we get to all the super chats here, partner? Did I miss any?
Yeah, there's just 2 that I saw.
Okay. Thank you guys for the super chat. So, yeah, I mean, I'm willing to entertain it. I just haven't seen proof of it. And maybe this Bowles thing is. I mean, I can't see any reason on field performance that you could point to that would make you feel completely invested in Todd Bowles. So one thing that does make sense is you don't want to pay the money. I will agree with that. But I think I need a little bit more proof. We just don't know. Yeah, Aviation says Jason spent $14 million on Reddick showing. So they spent and missed. They did. It was a 1-year deal.
It was team friendly. I don't have a problem with that deal. It didn't work out. They don't all work out. All right.
Right. We liked it in the beginning. We can't, because it didn't work out. We can't just say now it was a shitty deal. We all loved it. We thought, But there were guys at the time that are in this chat that said, why didn't we go out and get, make a trade for Trey Hendrickson? Why didn't we go out and do this and get a real legitimate edge rusher? And this is the other thing, guys. We talked about this. Legitimate edge rushers don't want to play here in the Bulls defense. They don't, because you can be taken out easily in scheming in terms of making you drop into coverage.
Yep. Because
Bulls schemes make if you motion one way or another, it forces the defense in his scheme to drop guys into coverage.
And those guys won't always be successful in this scheme. Your pure pass rushers cannot cover. That's not what they do, and Bulls makes them do that.
You don't get it. I mean, the way the ball comes out quickly now, you only get maybe 10 to 15 chances a game to get a sack, where a quarterback's taking a true 7-step drop, trying to get the ball downfield. Now, you're going to take away 20% of those opportunities by having you drop into coverage? Yeah. Myles Garrett ain't doing that. Bose ain't doing that.
And look at this. You guys, I see the name Trey Hendrickson thrown out there quite a bit, okay, for a lot of teams, not just the Bucs. Go look at Trey Hendrickson's time in New Orleans when he first came into the league. Go look at his numbers. He was not awesome. Do you know why? Because they put him back into coverage a lot more than they made him rush the passer. He goes to Cincinnati. What is he asked to do? Rush the passer. That's all we need you to do. He's awesome. Right. If you go back to a scheme, the same scheme he ran in New Orleans defensively, he's going to go back to being New Orleans Trey Hendrickson. Do you want that Trey Hendrickson, or do you want the one from Cincinnati? You want the one from Cincinnati. Well, in the scheme that Todd Bowles runs, that's not the guy you're going to get, and you're going to pay him $35 million a year.
Yeah, and you would have to give up a lot of draft compensation to get him too. So, all right, I'm willing to entertain it, Mr. King. He said what I mean by being big spenders is willing to spend in cash more than what the cap allows, like the Eagles, for example. Yeah, I got you on that. All right, I'm going to look into that. I'm going to get a little bit more educated on exactly what people are spending over the last few years and the difference between bringing in free agents. And I know there is a bit of a difference, and spending it on your own players. So I will do that on a later date. All right, before we get out of here, Big O is here.
Timmy, Hamm, brother.
You wanted to say hello to you, Timmy.
What is up, Big O?
Man, you know how much I love you, buddy. You are the heart of Fan Stream Sports, man. You just don't lie. This is the truth. And no, it's good to hear your voice, buddy.
You too, man.
I was very intrigued by this last little segment there about talking where the money's go, because that's the thing in sports, man. It's where really truly is the money is going for most teams, right? I mean, there are the exceptions. The Dodgers have so much money, and certain teams have so much money. Even your Dallas Cowboys have a shitload of money. But
they do.
Yeah, I know
don't mean you're going to win.
Don't mean you're going to win. Isn't that crazy? By the way, I just wanted to tell you, the Dallas did not make it to the Super Bowl, but neither did Green Bay Packers. So that's okay, because your boy that left there did not go to the Super Bowl. It looked like the first 2 weeks of the season, he's going to the Super Bowl. They didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
So,
and they probably won't.
The reason that they didn't is because he got hurt.
Yeah, you're right. He did get hurt. Talk about edge rushers. That guy's a beast. But no, excited. A lot of things going on over here. Talk about money, $2.3 billion being thrown out there for a stadium.
Are we talking about that today?
Yeah, I don't know, but we might.
Yeah, we are. Big O show coming up at 12:30 to 1:30 here. So all you guys in the chat, get your ass back here. Go get your lunch. Get your ass back here, and we're going to sit down with your big. Go over to the Riveters, folks, and get some chicken wings.
Ooh, that place is good.
Oh, yeah. Or a burger.
Yeah.
Oh, loves the burger.
I got a Jersey Mike sub waiting on me in the kitchen, boys, when we're
done.
And we need to make
I'll be in Jersey this weekend. New Jersey. Doing a little autograph signing thing with some Jersey people.
Yeah, nice.
Very cool.
Jersey's always nice to go to. Said no one ever.
My God. Damn. Bergen County just
Sinatra was a fan.
Bergen County just went. Yeah, exactly. Sinatra, hey, come on.
Just make sure you delouse yourself before you come back in this.
Oh my goodness. This is how he's going on. Hamon, por favor.
It's your Jersey.
Por favor.
Que pasa, JP? Que pasa?
Que pasa? Kielbasa. That's how I teach K Pasa to Americans. Just say kielbasa.
Oh my! Mike reminds me. Yeah, there's a cyclone bomb hitting Jersey.
What?
Yeah, that
freaking later. It's I think Sunday or Monday. I'm back.
You'll be in and out.
I'll be in and out.
Like going to Jersey. That's the only way to go to Jersey. Get in, get out. Make your money, get the hell out. That's how to do it. Yeah,
get out.
All right. So that's coming up in a few minutes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, all our sponsors, our great sponsors. We appreciate you. Thank you for all the comments. Even the guys I yelled at today, we love you, Mr. King and Joel Forza. We're just having a little debate. It's a sports debate. We're fun. No, we love each other. No, we do it respectfully here. We have fun with that. You know that.
Yes.
We're not name callers here. Have a great day, everybody. See you in a few minutes if you want to talk some baseball. Oh.